Awesome. Les, welcome to you as well on Discord. As you know, we are live on 3 platforms: Second Life, Discord, and Instagram. And these sessions are recorded, so if you heard last time that there was some trouble with the connection, so you can always listen to the recording a few days later, mostly on Thursday. The recording gets released as a podcast, and if you are a Patreon supporter, you get the recording as straight away after the session, within an hour most of the time. You can already listen and even download the recording to any device you want to download it to. Anyway, it is Monday, it is 10 p.m. here in Norway, where I'm in. And it's time for a Heart-Brain Coherence session. And today it is about grace. And as you see me watching my screen, I had to find some information about what grace actually is. Because I got the request, can we do a session about grace? And I was like, okay. It was like, what is grace actually? And when I searched for it, there was a lot of Christian things coming up, which was pretty nice. But I want to focus a little bit more on the spiritual part of things. So I found a good explanation what grace is, and actually a very good way to use grace in a Heart-Brain Coherence session. So grace is, you can see it as a spiritual gift that involves love and mercy given to others, even when we feel that they don't deserve it. And you might have experienced it yourself, getting grace or mercy from other people. It is so to give others the love and mercy that others have given us throughout our lives. So if you might want to recall some situations, some events in your life where you either have received grace or have given grace to others. And I noticed actually when I thought back about the meditations we have done, for example, we did a deep meditation 2 weeks ago with my group here in Norway, live meditation, and we sent our love and healing and good intentions for the earth, for everyone on the earth, for the planet as a whole. So that's a form of sending grace, giving grace. And I also noticed that if you do this, if you do Heart-Brain Coherence, normally we actually just do it for ourselves. We create feelings and emotions inside of us that will boost our immune system, that will give us good feelings, but it's more for ourselves. But when we express those or send out those emotions as waves, and we send it to that electromagnetic field that we have around us, we actually are communicating that information, that love, that grace, that mercy outwards throughout the Earth's the Earth's electromagnetic field and everything that is connected to it, and actually giving love, grace, etc., to others, to the world in general, to world society in general, actually has more benefit, even more benefit for yourself than if you just focus on yourself and have intentions for yourself. And it's something called the mirror effect, as they call it. Often people, when they do intention sessions, they do Heart-Brain Coherence with a certain intent for someone or something, they themselves get, and they themselves have an illness, for example, they themselves get healed often or feel much better afterwards just by giving that feeling away. So that's something we're going to try today. So grace is present when you go out of your way to help someone, even if you gain nothing from it, and also when someone random helps you and expects nothing in return. It's just without any reason, just be kind to one another. Just give each other the love and support without question, without needing something in return. It's a state of being, basically. You can have that state of being throughout the day if you practice it. And as I always say, when you are in a certain state of being, the world around you changes to reflect that state of being. So you can It's not only beneficial for your own physiology, for your body, but also for what the experiences you receive from the world around us, the reality as we experience it. So let's try this. Let's try to send out love, grace, mercy from our hearts during the heart-brain coherence throughout the world. So let us just try that, and I will guide you through that. I will do a little bit of freestyle, so whatever comes up, I'll just throw it out and just follow along. I won't do any crazy stuff, as you know. So find a comfortable position, make sure you have good enough support. Okay, good that everybody on Second Life also can hear. Good. As always, and especially for those that had a long day, let's start by centering ourselves and just letting the day go and focus on that wonderful energy we're going to create. So take a nice deep inhale through your nose as you settle down. Exhale through your mouth all the way out. Close your eyes, loosen your jaw, lower your shoulders. Feel yourself getting centered. Then take a nice deep inhale again, all the way in through your nose. Fill those lungs with air. And breathe out through your mouth and just sigh and let the day go. Feel yourself getting centered more and more, your body relax as you let the day go. And one more time, take a nice good deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. All the way out. Just get into that state of being. Wonderful. Breathe normally. Breathe through your nose, through your mouth, or alternate, whatever is normal or whatever you usually do. And then try to breathe a little slower and a little deeper. So breathe slower and deeper than usual. Try a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. And also notice where in your body you feel your breath the most. Maybe you feel your breath the most in your nostrils. Maybe you feel your breath the most in the back of your throat. Or maybe you feel your breath the most in your chest or your tummy. Just notice where you feel your breath the most and put your awareness, your focus on that point where you feel your breath the most. And follow your breath there, just for a little while. Just notice how the colder air flows in through that point, and the warmer air flows out through that point. And if you, during these silent parts of the meditation, notice that your mind has wandered off, your thoughts are all over the place, that's all right. Just gently and without judgment, just get back to your breath. Don't punish yourself over it. Thoughts and feelings will come all the time. And just let them go by getting back to your breath the moment you noticed you're getting carried away with your thoughts. Again, try to make a mental note of how that feels, breathing through that focus point, that point where you feel your breath the most. And now move that focus point, move your awareness into your heart space. You can help by putting 2 fingers or your hand on your chest, right there where your heart is. Focus on your heart. Put that focus point in your heart space. And now just imagine that you are breathing through your heart. Just imagine breathing through your heart, breathing in through your heart, out through your heart, in through your heart, out through your heart, and continue breathing through your heart. And as you breathe through your heart, know that your heart creates a big electromagnetic field around your body. Scientists can measure it several feet away from us. And just imagine that energy field as a soap bubble around you. A nice, wonderful, colorful soap bubble. You can even imagine that as you breathe in, that this bubble expands, this energy field expands. And as you breathe out, it contracts again. So breathing through your heart and focusing on your heart in this way makes your heart rhythm, variety become very balanced, very coherent. And this strengthens this field around us, that energy field around us. And inside that field is the information of our state of being, the way we feel, the way we think, the way our emotions are. All that information is stored in that field or reflected into that field. And through this electromagnetic field, we are in connection with each other. If you're sitting in a group next to each other, we influence each other's electromagnetic field. And we even influence the electromagnetic field of the earth. So all that information is streaming out, shared between people and everything that lives. So you can imagine that when you create feelings and emotions inside of yourself, like joy, appreciation, gratitude, care, compassion, and even grace and mercy and love, if you create those feelings inside yourself, this will be reflected into that field around us. And that information will spread and influence other living beings. Plants, animals, the nature, other human beings, of course. So as you breathe through your heart, imagine giving yourself a warm, loving hug. Supportive, warm, loving hug. An embrace. If you find it difficult, you can think back about a time in your life, a moment in your life where you got a warm embrace from somebody that felt so good. Warm, loving, caring embrace. generate those feelings that you got from that embrace, or that you get from that embrace you are giving yourself now. Strengthen those feelings inside of you and make that whole scene, as you imagine it, as real as possible. Breathe through your heart and live that moment, that embrace, as if it is happening right now. Not only see it in your mind's eye, but feel it. Try to be there right now. Fill your body with that loving embrace, the feeling of grace, support, and again make it as real as possible, that inner experience. And if you noticed your body reacting by that you're smiling, or that you feel a warmth coming through your body, that's all okay. It's just a sign that your body reacts to that inner experiences. And our body doesn't know the difference between an inner experience or something that happens outside of us. Our body will react in the same way. And release those hormones and that physiology that corresponds to receiving love, grace, support, care, compassion. Fill your body more and more with that feeling until you notice that you can't fill it up no more. As your body is full of that energy, full of that information, send it out into that field around you. Just radiate it outwards. Just radiate that care, compassion, grace, love. Radiate it outwards. Don't hold it for yourself, but just spread it. You can even think about your neighbors, your friends, your family, people in your community. Just send them those warm hugs as well. Just notice what that does to you when you do that, when you send out those feelings and emotions to others. Maybe you don't want to just do it for your family, your friends, and your loved ones, but also for the planet as a whole. The animals, nature. Whatever comes to mind, you want to send those good intentions to. And in your mind's eye, you can see those people or those beings or the nature you're sending those good intentions to. You can see how they react to that. Can you see them smiling? Can you see the leaves of a plant become more green, more vibrant? And again, make that experience as real as possible for you. Radiate those feelings outwards into your field. Spread it across the globe. Continue breathing through your heart and sending out those feelings, that information of grace, joy, love, support, compassion, care. Send it out into the world, from your heart into that field around your body, that field that your heart creates. And let that information just be swept up by the electromagnetic field of the earth. Very good now. Let's just slowly get back and slowly get out of this meditation session. You can do that by noticing the room you are in right now. Just become aware of the room you are in right now. Become aware of any sounds in the room. Breathe normally. Take a good inhale, and as you exhale, slowly move your body back and forth and from side to side. And wiggle a little with your fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back. And just notice how you feel right now compared to when you started this session. You can type back in the chat when you are back. So yeah, this was actually a little intention session. We did those, over a year ago, I guess, but they weren't so very popular because I noticed people find it difficult to set intentions for other people or other situations, and they want to keep that for themselves. But actually, if you think about it, and the science says it well, if you send out those feelings and emotions to others, you actually benefit more from it. There's that mirror effect that what I talked about. So yeah, try it out. If you find an intention session, I know a lady called Lynn McTaggart. If you can Google her, she is an expert on that, and she does those sessions often. Just subscribe to her and join in those intention sessions if you feel like, using your energy, using your intentions, your care, your love for other people, and do something good for it, and you will benefit from it yourself. So, Coherence is asking, type her name. Yep, I can do that. Lynn McTaggart. There you go. So that was a session about grace and other things as well. We just combine it afterwards. Awesome. You can do this on your own as well. If you are kind of wondering what you can do, if you do the heart-brain coherence every morning, like I advise, well, just send out grace, joy, love into the world before you start your day, and notice what you receive back from it. Can be an interesting experiment. And if you are a fan of journaling and actually writing down your experiences throughout the day, you might notice differences over time. So awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I will be back next week again with a new heart-brain coherence session, new theme. Hopefully, I run out of themes, so I will post a question. And I will ask you now right away if you have some ideas, some suggestions for themes for the heart-brain coherence, or maybe you want to do a whole different kind of meditation. Just text me, send me a message. Another thing is that we also have a close collaboration with the HeartMath Institute, and I want to ask you to download an app called the Global Coherence app from the HeartMath Institute. Especially nice if you have those heart rate variability sensors that you put on your ear. If you have bought those from the HeartMath Institute, you can use them in that app, and you can do these kind of sessions like we did today with that sensor, or not. You don't need the sensor to use the app, and you can add to the global coherence, as they call it. And we have a group there as well, a transformational meditation group. You find more information about that app on our website, tmg.community. And it is at the top of the page right now, so you can read about it. You can also have the access code. You can also see the access code there to find our group, a private group. And you can also join other groups as well. There are public groups, and like last Saturday, they had a Global Coherence Pulse, which was a public event where we add to the global coherence of the planet. This is actually pretty nice to do. So those are nice sessions. I highly recommend joining in. Practice your heart-brain coherence, because actually that's what we're doing there as well. And join a larger community of people that all are a fan of heart-based meditation sessions. Okay. Again, thank you for joining today. Have a wonderful rest of your day and evening. Take good care, and hope to see you back next week. Namaste. Be safe.